That reminds me of like my kindergarten teacher died.
Oh.
When she was my kindergarten teacher, and then when I was in grade 2, she passed away. Certified children therapists would come in to each classroom explaining what death was.
Oh my god!
And like most of the kids, they would react kind of like they'd start crying because they'd be like, "Oh, I'll never see Miss again."
Yeah.
You know? But there was this one kid, and actually his name was Luca. Well, Luca with a K. Like the child therapist came into our class, and they explained like, okay, so class, Miss Stephanie passed away, and passing away means that you'll never see this person again, but just know that they are in a happy, peaceful place. And everybody was just like, oh, like, you know, the concept of death at like when you're a kid is kind of hard to explain, I guess.
Yeah,
so a lot of kids were asking questions like, oh, what do you mean, like, we'll never see her again? Like, is she moving to another school? Or like, she's just not gonna be a teacher anymore? But there's this one kid, his name was Luca. As soon as the teacher said that they'll never see the kid again, this kid started laughing.
Oh my God.
Kid started laughing so hard. He was laughing so hard. He was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. The kids were pissed at her. The kids were like, why are you laughing? What's wrong with you? And the child therapist was like, no, please. Because every kid has their own way of expressing sadness. And that was the first time that I was like, I want to learn more about psychology. Like, what's happening? This kid is a psychopath. I swear.
Yeah, did he like burn ants on the playground? Like, what the fuck?
Honestly, though, yeah, he did. It wasn't ant. It was worms. Like he would put them like under the sun, and he'd bring in his magnifying glass from school, and he would like try to do that thing, and it would like it wouldn't cause a fire, thankfully, but like you know, it would be really hot. And I remember seeing him do weird shit like that, and I swear to God, he's either a sociopath or a psychopath.
If you weird. Remember his last name, if you have like what's it called, a yearbook or something, you should like look up his name and see if he has a record.
Yeah, I really should. I don't remember his last name, but I do remember the first interaction he had was my mom came to pick me up from school, and I spoke Mandarin to her. I was like, "Hi, Mom," and he looked at me and he spoke to me in Chinese.
What the fuck?
He was I think he was like half Chinese or something. He looked very like, he didn't look Asian, which is why it surprised me. And he spoke to me in Chinese. He's like, 你也会说中文, which means you can speak Chinese too. And that freaked me the fuck out. Like that was the scariest shit that ever happened to me. I didn't understand that it was possible to have like a half Chinese, half not Chinese kid. I just thought like, okay, there's Chinese kids, there's Japanese kids, there's white kids, and you know, like, and so forth. I didn't understand that like people could mix. I didn't understand that. I was like in grade 1. So when he spoke Chinese to me, I was like super scared. I've never seen a non-looking Asian speak Chinese to me. I freaked out. I cried to my mom. I was like, this kid burns worms. He laughed during our teacher's death, and he speaks Chinese. I think he wants to hurt me.
Every time you see Luca Kaneshiro, you know, the memories.
Yeah, actually, when Luca debuted, that kid was in my head. I was like, I know a guy named Luca. He almost killed me.
He almost wait.